pressing both the video and the podcast. So you got podcast and video, better quality, maybe, just maybe in the content as well as the production value. I've got a ring going. Oh, check this out. Sorry for the podcast people. Sorry. Oh, look out. You're going to see the top of my head as well. I don't care, video people. Oh, look out. Here we go. Oh, can you see that? Can you see that? While I'm doing that, welcome to Real Health. Steve here. Ooh, who'd have thought? Who'd have thunk? Hey, different colours. Here we go. Ooh. Which one? Right, I'm done with that. Sorry, podcast people. Right, let's do this. So, who'd have thought? Who'd have thunk? Who'd have realised? Who'd have imagined? Who'd have studied for? Who'd have credentialed towards? That light is hitting my eyes. Like, oh my goodness. Anyway, so today you clicked on it. I know what this video, this episode is called because I typed it this time before I started. So 3 million dams and our health impacts. Many a regular listener, well, maybe 1.7 of them. I've got 2.2 listeners now, and know that what my ideas on the dam complex is. September 4, 1882. Monday, September 4, 1882, in New York, in the bluff overlooking the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge. Thomas Edison, well, more accurate, his engineer, switched on the first electrical generator powering 60 commercial customers in downtown New York. Electricity, 1882. In the next 10 years, pretty much the whole world got electrified. And as a result, we stopped using ashes. 99% carbon. What's that other 1%? Well, let me tell you, minerals. Not the full answer, but it was a great answer in stabilizing our health issues. It's complicated. We used to have the average life expectancy about 40 in the year 1900, apparently. That's only boosted by very dire infant mortality rates. And the reason why we've gone from an average life expectancy of 40 to 80 is basically infant mortality rates have gone way down. Rather than 1 in every 5 kids dying before the age of 2 or 5, there's a lot of metrics out there with infant mortality, and one out of something like 20 women dying in childbirth. It's now one in something like 10,000 women, 1 in barely 100 or so births, a child dies. So that's an easy statistical to double our life expectancy. What? So in 1900, we didn't have octogenarians walking around? Of course we did. Just look up any encyclopedia, Wikipedia of people living around those sort of times. There was plenty octogenarians, even centenarians. There was a bit of a side note, there was a centenarian, the oldest living person that was ever photographed. Was it the late 1860s? 103-year-old. So basically he was born mid 18th century. Woo! And there was centenarians all over the place. Don't worry about it. It's just the infant mortality rate. So without hijacking this on infant mortality, longevity and the like, with electrical power generation, dams, turbine, water flowing equals power generation, So we ended up building something like 1 million hydroelectric dams on the planet, which also doubled as your irrigation dams. And as a result, firstly with the ashes weren't finding their way to our farming lands. We used to use ashes as our fertilizer. And that 1% which isn't carbon in the ash was the minerals. If the minerals don't end up in the soil, they do not end up in our food, and they do not end up into us and saving us from chronic disease, health issues, autoimmune disease. I'm not allowed to say cancer. Obesity. Are your ears pricking? Obesity. And longevity. Okay. Impacted straight away. But we're doubling. You heard the statistical anomaly. Okay. Stats work in mysterious ways, right? I feel so comfortable here. I've got my leg up and all that. Yes, to the podcast people. So, there's 1 million hydroelectric dams on this planet right now. What's the 3 million? Well, there's another 2 million which contribute to the irrigation complex on the planet. With those 3 million dams, we've effectively mitigated most of the flooding that happens around the world, as in seasonal flooding, the monsoons and the La Nina, El Nino. I'm not sure which one produces more of the rainfall, but what's that got to do with health and all that? Well, that was the other means, how minerals used to get to the soil, hence into the food, hence into us, and hence looking slim, living longer, no diseases. Well, it's complicated. There was diseases, but not as much as, and it's going to get worse. That's where we are in 2023, 2033, 2050, 2100. I've said it a few times. Our life expectancy is going to go south because we can't improve infant mortality any longer. In fact, we might have an increase in birth defects, which includes stillbirths. So, there it is. Even, we can't say, let's take, for example, carrots. The 1.7 listeners know about this, but a carrot in the same field that ends up in your plastic bag at the grocer may have different mineral contents in it. And the next time you go back, different farms, different minerals, different amounts of minerals in those carrots. You can't now, we aren't able, we'll never be able to nail down this much potassium in this lettuce, in that carrot, in that whatever. It doesn't work that way. Soil scientists, I'm not sure why they aren't valued, taken seriously, subscribed to, have any voice in our health, because they know this. I'm not sure why it's not coming out, but anyway. So that's the dam part of things. I'm not sure. Should I chop this up? These new daily episodes are going to be warts and all, and maybe for this one I will include a dam. No, I won't. Just imagine a dam door thing which gets opened for the first time in, say, 3 years, and there's all this muck that comes out. That muck is micronutrients that haven't ended up in our farming lands. That's why we're getting sicker. We may be getting quite a bit of the 16 minerals we need, the 12 amino acids and the 2 essential fatty acids, but the minerals, the 60 minerals that we need, you need the minerals to make the Vitamins, amino acids, and the essential fatty acids work in a synergistic manner in our bodies. And as part of what I advocate here, the Keto 44, aim for 80% of our calories in keto to make sure we get enough fats, cholesterol. Yes, we have cholesterol deficiencies. There's whole episodes on cholesterol deficiencies. Maybe I should, in this new better production value format, do another cholesterol episode, but just a quick one. Mental health, fertility health, as in hormones, cholesterol deficiencies, Alzheimer's, cholesterol deficiency. If you're taking statins and avoiding fats, you're booking a ticket for Alzheimer's. The doctor may label you as dementia, but a few different dementias equals Alzheimer's, right? Yes, it sounds nuts, even by me saying it, compared when I go back to what I understood about cholesterol and Alzheimer's and all that sort of thing, genetic and this and that, and I feel like I sound nuts, but it's not nuts. It's not nuts. Oh boy. So that's where it's at with the dams. The episode title is Dams, so I will include dams. If you want dams, I've got it. I've got a whole episode on climate change issues, and the increase in carbon dioxide. When people say carbon, it's carbon dioxide. Come on, let's not be too lazy to just say carbon dioxide. The increase in carbon dioxide is, I feel like I'm going to sound like the Matrix, Morpheus, when he says, what if it's not the carbon dioxide that is increasing, but the oxygen that is decreasing? What the? Yeah. Remember how I said that sludge that's stuck behind the dam walls, the minerals, not finding its way into seasonal flooding? Well, it's not finding its way to the ocean life. Less algae producing the oxygen that we require. Back in my day, 40 years ago in school, whoo, for one-off and video listeners, I've now turned the half century in my vintage, and back in my day, 40-ish years ago, the oxygen quantity level in the atmosphere was something like just under 22%. 22% was also referenced. But in the year 1900, it was something like 38%. Oh, that's fossil fuels and blah, blah, blah. Well, no. Dams. Ah, good. I included dams in this dam episode. Woo. Yes. So, I shocked myself into missing what I was talking about. So, 38%. I'm back. So, the reason is not fossil fuels. It's less oxygen, less of the marine life or the algae that produces a lot. Is it most? Apparently 3/5, 60% of our biomass is algae. If that doesn't produce most of the oxygen, don't know what will. So that's where it's at. Back in dinosaur times, some suggest dinosaur times, that's a whole farce. Oh, I don't know. Did you know that bones are petrified bone? They're never actually real bone. It's actually rock in the shape of a bone. Yeah. And the most of a dinosaur that's ever been uncovered is something like 90% of an entire dinosaur. So that's why we can determine the shapes of dinosaurs, perhaps. Yeah. I don't know. So 66 million years ago, 50% in the atmosphere. Something happened. 38% killed off the dinosaurs. Yeah. Was it a meteorite? Was it a heap of volcanoes just, yes, carbon dioxide, right? So there you go. That's just another feeder to the whole complex of even climate change is about minerals. Ooh, I keep on forgetting that I've awarded myself the credential, the title, the profession of epi-nutritionist, and that sort of content is worth gold. It's golden. So dams, not just our health, climate change. You're crazy. Yeah, I know. Just 3 years ago, by me saying it, if I had to read that, I'm going, you idiot. No, I've got enough humility, epistemic humility, to say I'm wrong when it's for sure, determined for sure in 5 years or 50 years. Hopefully 50 years, because then I'll be not half century, 1 century in vintage. Oh, but it's already proven at 97% and all that. I don't know. So, that's that, right? That's the dams. And as part of doing this, have I done enough? Am I satisfied with my delivery on the 3 million dams? The Great Barrier Reef. The reason why that's going a bit skew issues, whatever. There's something like 30? Is it 40? At least 30 dams in northern Queensland, which stopped all the nutrients getting into the Great Barrier Reef, right? Ooh, coral. They're starving. They're dying. Not enough minerals. And in recent couple of decades, Papua New Guinea, the northern part of the Great Barrier Reef. Ooh, the ships, the carbon dioxide, dams. Is there 15 dams? Was there 15? Anyway, I'm going to go for 15. Some of these numbers stick for a reason, so there you go. Less minerals getting to the Great Barrier Reef as well, right? I've got it on Mirror. So 18 minutes. I was going to do, as part of the new format, better sound quality, still warts and all. I was going to do a looking up health news of this day. And as part of thinking, let's look up health news for the day, I cheated the other day, and I was busting to include this, right? This actually relates to one of my prior podcasts where I say we are a human herd. We're not special in our diet, that sort of thing. I think there's a couple of episodes with either each with which we're a herd and we're not special with our diet, with our diet needs and that sort of thing, right? There's at least a couple of episodes. I go on a bit of a rant. I don't always stick on topic, but I mention it. I'll mention it just like dams today. Hey. So this is an NIH news article from NPR, right? This one here, and it says, the title, "Our bodies respond differently to food. A new study aims to find out how." There's plenty of one-size-fits-all nutrition advice. But there's mounting evidence that people respond differently to food. Given differences in biology, lifestyle, gut microbiome, and genetic issues. Far out. So, the 1.7 listeners know that I'm going to say genetics out of the contest. Genetic research, genetic therapies that come up at whatever time with the efficacy of 0.6, good luck. If the efficacy isn't 1, then it's not, there's no efficacy. What are you talking about? I will put on a bet. I've done this bet before, but I only have 1.7 listeners that pretty much just laugh, right? So I've got a bet. Here's the bet. 1 million. 1 billion. Should I? Institutions, $1 billion. $1 million for the individual that can prove to me that, that says that we have a genetic treatment to cure a disease. Now, with serious money, there needs to be somewhat serious methodology. And if gene H, whatever it is, like 20,000 genes, right? I think even an earthworm has 20,000 genes. A fruit fly, a fruit fly has something like 50,000? Don't quote me on that. No, I think it's still less than humans, but right, it miraculously cured someone of some disease. Right, show me another person, and show me another. Well, show me all the people suffering from it and got that treatment. $1 million. I also got a COVID bet for $1 million. Give me COVID. $1 million. Yeah. Find out more on the is it called $1 Million Bet? Anyway, it's out there. You want to make a bet on life expectancy going down each and every 50 years by 5 years? So 2100, our life expectancy, I predict 67. Yeah. So, so on top of the genetic thing, which I just indicated, gut microbiomes, leaky gut, digestion, that's part of my complex. That will have some sort of validity to it. But if it's got nothing to do with not increasing your salt, well, it's useless. For our microbiome, our gastric juices to be at optimum levels, we need to increase our salt intake, bring our gastric juice pH down to something like 2.0, battery acid, if we are to digest our food. After the digestion, we've got the absorption, and then we need the daily supply of our micronutrients. And just because I got sidetracked, and what I advocate here, it's called the Keto 44, clumsy branding, yes, I know, but I mentioned the keto, 80% keto calories. That's where I went into the cholesterol. That's when it was lost, right? So I'm back. First four of the 44 is elimination of glutens, wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Oils, number 2, is burnt animal fat. All oils in a bottle, yes. Even, I forgot it, olive oil and fried food out. Cease. You can't cease food. Food is food. We're opportunistic omnivores, and we don't. No, gone. And fried food, yeah, as well, gone, right? That's the oils. Number 3 is sugars, and I advocate. I only eat approximately 3 times a year. I eat fruit. Yeah. So reduce your fruit, because the sugar versus the health benefit of the minerals and whatever else you're getting in that fruit far outweighs the risk, far outweighs the benefits. Oh, but it's fructose is natural. Leaving the liver, it's sucrose, okay? Sucrose, or is it the other one? Anyway, it goes bad, right? And nitrates, the new carcinogen in town. Basically, no processed meat. Okay, the new carcinogen in town. Worse than smoking, worse than obesity. Okay, so that's the Keto 44 in a nutshell. For one-off listeners that think this is all shite, this is it. I just noticed in the kids' room, and I got pictures and nappy things all over the place. Yeah. I'm expecting soon. My second child. Yeah. So, nutrition precision. We're going to enroll participants, and so microbiome, lifestyle. We've got this fixation as well with eat less, move more. No, the more you move, the more you sweat, the more micronutrient deficient, and you'll just die even quicker. Did you know that pro athletes, look up insurance data on this one, have a lower life expectancy than a Netflix watching, couch sitting, Cheeto eating Westerner? Yes, believe it or not. And we're all different, you see. We shouldn't go for one size fits all. Evidence. Fraudulent evidence, my bet. Holly Nicastro from the NIH. Ooh. NIH. Oh. And then, did you know that the average doctor lives to age 58? Well, emergency room doctor, more accurate, but not much more with the others. Insurance data, yeah. Billionaires. Average life expectancy, according to Forbes, 2012, 66. Probably recent times, Steve Jobs made that go a little bit south. You know, he was something like 54, 55. Yeah. I don't want to be in the carb, okay. Diet-related disease is a leading cause of premature death. Yeah. Not getting enough micronutrients. Yes, the micronutrients. So the second for the 44, I'm back with that part of things. Those 4 categories of micronutrients, all those minerals, vitamins, amino acids, essential fatty acids. There is 90 declared essential micronutrients that we require daily. So we need to digest, absorb 90 lost it. 90 essential micronutrients, dependable supply daily for the rest of your life. It's impossible to get it in our food supply chain. You probably need to get 10, 15,000 calories per day to get anywhere close. Never mind absorbing it. So digestion, absorption, dependable supply, and you'll look fantastic like me. And if I reach 90 or 100, maybe then I might get some clients. I'm looking at doing what feels like an hour, might be 2, 3, with a hard stop of 4 hours on YouTube. Here you go. This is what you do. Thank you very much. Take it, but pay it forward type thing. I'm probably even thinking of doing that shortly. So yeah, so so we're not special. We are in a herd, and where things can differ, where we think something is genetic. 29 minutes. Wrap up. Don't be too long. And I'm taping, showing my age again, in 4K, 60 pictures per second, frames per second. And so that's going to take forever to download. I'm not sure how my other space took all day to download. It was only something like 21 minutes. Shite. So the other news items. Budget in health, the telomeres, are they the key to living longer? No, that's probably going to shite all over Brett Weinstein, perhaps. Racial health inequalities, finding its way into that too. Heart failure, a new drug may may help by focusing on nerve activity bursts. Sounds fantastic, doesn't it? Heart failure. Stop your bloody oils and you might have a chance. And your gluten and your sugars and your nitrates, 95% of the supermarket. You won't have heart failure. You'll just get hit by a bus when you're 103 and Parkinson's. AI tool may spot signs in blood 15 years early. Parkinson's. Get the 90 essential micronutrients, you'll be right. Far out. Ammonia in the lungs, long and short-term health implications. I'm going too long in the tooth to look further into that. Oh, here we go. Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's. 4 gut bacteria linked to higher risk. Stop your statins. Eat saturated fats. So you'll be right. I found out recently when I did my numbers, like break down the macros that I get in, and 50% of my calories are saturated fat. Yes, baby. And, let's say 8% body fat. Yeah. Yes, I go to the gym. It's only been 5 months, but I was this lean before that. I don't know. I think there's a body composition improvement in my legs and stomach area, less fat in those areas. I don't know if I got more beef. I don't know. So Alzheimer's. Next, and just quickly, cancer risk. I'm not allowed to say cancer. I'm not allowed to mention anything else. Low vitamin D linked to increased risk of developing long COVID. Nah, I'm not going there. Far out. Again with the Alzheimer's. Menthol boosts cognitive function in mouse models. Ooh. I won't open these. I'll just focus on some of the titles, all right? I don't want to go further. AWOL. Heart failure studies. Obesity paradox. Heart failure and obesity paradox doesn't... Well, yeah. I believe in that. I just noticed my shirt. Is there stains on there? It's the light. So, did I just hit the mic? Sorry for the podcast people. Primary pulmonary hypertension, symptoms, causes, and more. Hypertension. Most hypertension issues are kidney related, okay? Stop your oils, you'll have a chance at reducing your blood pressure. Yeah. That's another episode in the podcast series. This is something like episode number 260. Yeah. MS, multiple sclerosis. How the Epstein-Barr virus may cause MS. Get enough selenium and you'll be right. Glioblastoma. I don't recall. A lot of these diagnoses and disease names are the identical disease just happening in another part of the body and they call it something else. Yes. Page 3, just titles today, okay? I did go into that cheating one with the NIH. We're all unique, we're all special. Far out. Alzheimer's again. What's this? Rare genetic mutation. EPO4. Is it one of those? I bet you it is. I'm not going to open it. Stuff it. Breastfeeding. Vegan mother's milk contains 2 important nutrients. Vegan mothers. I'm not sure if there's been a vegan that's been a vegan for more than 50 years that's lived over 100. Yes. I think... No, I can't confirm that insurance data suggests vegans live less than a couch-sitting, Cheeto-eating, Netflix-watching Westerner that smokes. Gene therapy, eh? There's $1 million in it for anyone there. Chronic pain, common in diabetes, depression. Yeah, that's possible. Food for aging support. I'm going to open that one up. And before I opened it up, I should have just looked at the picture. It's got some sort of berry in there. Let's see. What sort of berry? What sort of berry is that? Is that blueberries? Far out. You idiots. Blueberries. It's got such and such. Some other farmer's blueberry hasn't got that. Yeah, it's blueberry. Yeah. Blueberries. All right, I'm done. I've gotten myself into a tizzy. Andre Degrassi. Yeah. Right, I'm done. I am going to go 35 minutes. I hope you got something out of this. Tidbits, insights, enthusiasm. Have I coaxed? Have I led you to what I'm doing? Look me up in 2 years, 20 years, whatever. See how I'm going versus the guru, the PhD that you follow, and let's compare notes. That should be my sign-off each and every day. Oh yeah. Right. There's a stop there. And until the next time, hopefully, see ya.